Hi guys, I'm Allie and welcome to Allie Inspires. We're going to be talking about a super important topic, and that topic is why you, me, we should all be having more fun. I've been super overwhelmed by all the things that I have to do. It feels like my to-do list just keeps getting longer and longer even as I'm ticking things off. And around the holidays and New Year's, I always get more reflective on both the things I'm grateful for and also, things that I want to work on or incorporate more in the new year. I felt like I was spinning in circles and I was looking for a solution to all of this overwhelm that I was feeling. And the solution, obviously, why didn't I think of this sooner? The solution is just to be having more fun. The problem is that I haven't been having enough fun recently. And so the solution is just to have more fun. When was the last time you thought to yourself, I should be having more fun? Or when did you last set a goal for yourself to do more fun things and actively participate in what's fun to you? I feel like it's one of those things that's pushed to the very bottom of our list, especially in such a busy society nowadays where tech has made things easier but has also increased so many of our options. And because of how much it simplifies in our lives, it makes us feel that we as humans should be doing more. How often do we really ask ourselves, what is truly fun to me? And how much do I want to participate in it? And how do I want to participate more? So I notice some of the best decisions and some of the most inspired moments of creation come to me when I'm having fun. When I'm genuinely having fun for myself from the bottom of my heart, that's when my best ideas come. That's when I unblock myself from problems I'm facing in like work or like friendships or anything, right? Like it's when I'm having fun that the burden of existence is lifted from me and I have my eureka moments. And ultimately I realize that nothing in life is that deep. It's not that serious. We don't even know how long we're here for. And us as individuals and as a society, we're so good at stressing ourselves out and constantly putting more on our plates. And I think it's really important to ask ourselves, what are we doing this for at the end of the day? Who is asking us to do this? What do we feel like we gain from putting our heads down and constantly asking ourselves to work harder, to be more? Who is experiencing and benefiting ultimately from that kind of existence? I think it's actually hard in some ways to have fun. I think it's actually a worthwhile challenge to have more fun because you have to do some soul searching and understand what is actually fun to you. You can't just take someone else's definition of fun and just apply that to your life and think that's going to be fun for you. We all have very unique perceptions of what's fun. If any of y'all have read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, she has two practices in that book. One is morning pages to dump out all of your thoughts and go into your day with a clean slate. Two is the artist date, where you set a weekly date with yourself just to be open-minded and basically go on a date with yourself and just do fun things and get inspired. And I think having fun is basically like the artist date. And so this book has really only two simple concepts: write 3 pages in the morning and schedule time weekly with yourself to just allow yourself to have fun and be inspired. But even so, it's something that people struggle to do. I struggle to do these things consistently. People struggle to do these things consistently, even if we see the value in it. And I think having fun is a very similar type of habit and practice to incorporate into your life. It sounds easy and hedonistic in concept, but the actual successful implementation of it takes exploration and it takes discipline in some ways. It takes time management and it takes the healthy mindset of embracing the truth that you are enough and that we are not defined by what we do, what we produce, and the value that we serve to other people, but just by our very existence on this universe, we are inherently enough. We are inherently enough to have fun, to experience joy, and to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy every moment of existence. So ask yourself, what is the funnest thing that you have done in this past calendar year? Like, really get honest with yourself. And sometimes when I ask myself this question, I have to actually think about it. Like, I have to actually take my own value system and then evaluate my different experiences to figure out what was actually fun. What fills me with the most wonder and fascination and curiosity and just this like unbounded childlike joy. To me, that's what true fun means, and that's the concept of fun that I'm talking about in the context of this video. To me, fun isn't just dopamine hits. It isn't just doing something so we can talk about it or share about it or post about it because it fits society's notion of fun. It isn't just going along with what our more extroverted friends' version of fun looks like to them. It actually means prescribing a value system to experiences and determining what is the most fun for you. And that can honestly look so different for every single person. It was through many series and iterations of this YOLO-ness. Like, okay, something is telling me I should be having more fun. I'm like, okay, YOLO. I think that's a crazy idea, but you know what? Let me just do it. Every time I do that, it ends up benefiting me. That's why I'm making this video today. Only reason I'm sitting here telling you this very important PSA message today is because I think that having more fun will empower you to be the person that you are truly and divinely asked to be. The messages that keep us restricted and that keep us from not having fun and not playing are usually coming from a constrictive place. By breaking out of those paradigms, we can tap into our more authentic, creative, fulfilled, and loving selves, okay? When I was younger, fun for me meant shopping, and meant fashion, curating my wardrobe. I mean, those things are all still super fun to me now, but to me now, fun looks more like spending time being present with nature, or it means being in a calm environment that I really like. So how do you define fun? What really lights you up, like on a deep heart level? What fills you up with more energy than it takes from you? I mean, seriously, like, what is fun to you? Don't do things that are fun, that sound fun in theory, but that you don't enjoy and drain your energy. Like, for example, going out or going to a club. Don't do those things because you think that's what fun means and then be stunned that it isn't working and that you're not having fun or experiencing more energy or wonder or joy in your life, because that's not your definition of fun. Now, when I wake up, I'm always thinking of ways to have more fun. Even if it's doing something mundane, I still like to get creative with how I can have more fun doing it. And you'll see that the more you like tap into and become conscious of this practice and seek ways to have more fun, you will naturally incorporate like more and more of it into your life until your existence, you're just like buzzing with energy and you're buzzing with fun. And yeah, I think that's like a great energy to live in. And I've seen people who do a good job of maintaining it. Of course, you know, life is not butterflies and rainbows always, but why can't we maximize the times that we're enjoying ourselves more? Why do we feel like it is pointless to have fun? Okay, when we become adults, why do we feel like now we are adults and we can't be children anymore? It's just a word that somebody assigned. You can be as childlike and joyful and tapped into play now as you were when you were a child. But the beautiful thing is now you can be better about it because you have more life experience, you have more wisdom, you have more responsibility and duty that like grounds your fun, because anything in one extreme takes away from it. Like, it's all about balance. So your fun and your play grounded by the rest of the routine and structure that you create for yourself compared to when you were a child, that feels really fulfilling too in its own way. And you actually have autonomy over, you know, where you go and how you live your life as an adult. Whereas as children, a lot of us, you know, our experience and routines were kind of set by parents. And then I think there's also a separation of habits addictions, dopamine hits, and like a really fundamental sense of fun and joy and wonder. And I'm not saying that, never indulge in your bad habits or don't do things that just give you dopamine. Like, there's a time and place for these things, but I'm saying as an antidote to burnout and a constant 24/7 sense of duty and responsibility that we feel in this modern age, there's this deep sense of fun that we should strive to experience more of. And I truly believe from my own experience, when you've tapped into this profound sense of fun, that gives you back so much energy. I think I low-key had stunted development where from like 0 years old to like 16 years old, all I wanted to do was have fun. And if it wasn't fun, I'm like, why am I here? Obviously, that got me in some trouble at school. And then I think from like my college and later years, I flipped to the other extreme where I was like, I can't have fun until some later date, until I've accomplished this thing or become this person. Like, I need to just work and accomplish more and do more. I realized the value in this term of work hard, play hard. When we've really tapped into this true sense of play, that in turn gives us so much energy back to work harder. And the sweet spot is when your work feels like play, which I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to just by like sticking to my values and identifying different situations and what it means to me in the context of my value system. The sweet spot is when work feels like play and play is your work. That's a sweet spot. But until you're there, I think there's actually a lot of wisdom in this saying, work hard, play hard. And it's good to experience a variety of life, but I think it's so wonderful to identify what feels fun to you, what feeds you on a heart and mind level, and consciously do those things. Don't feel guilty doing those things. I either felt like I didn't have enough, I wasn't enough as a person to deserve to have fun, or I felt like I had too much and I was too privileged that I shouldn't have fun. I should focus more on my mission. Or I felt like because I was in a better spot than a lot of people in the world, I would feel guilty having fun. Like, I would feel like, why should I have fun? Like, I should work harder or be more mission focused, or like these thoughts. It's always this toxic shame around having fun and playing and just enjoying yourself. It was always that I'm not enough to have fun, or I have too much and thus feel too guilty to have fun. And all of those are very limiting thoughts and beliefs. True fun feeds you because it comes from a place of expansiveness, and everything that feels expansive in turn brings more abundance and expansion and growth into your life. So I think there's so much value in having fun. And I really want to remind you, if you're watching this video, to go and have more fun. You don't have to make a big deal out of it in your head. As humans, our existence doesn't have to be that complicated. We're so blessed to live in a world where we are healthier than we have ever been. We are wealthier than we have ever been. We have more access to education than we have ever had, and we're going to continue evolving as a society alongside technology. So now is the time to learn how to really have fun and to indulge in having fun. I trust that if you are someone who works really hard and struggles to really like let go, to just do things for yourself, to just have fun for yourself, I trust that by me telling you to have more fun, you're not going to go and like F up your life because you're, going on the opposite extreme. I noticed that for people who tend to work really hard and have a big sense of duty, you're not gonna break anything by having fun. That's all I'm trying to say here. So just give yourself the permission to really do that. And you might be surprised by how much it feeds back into your life. Every time I've made the motion to have more fun, at first, I feel this resistance, like this bad thing is gonna happen to me if I enjoy myself this way, or this consequence is gonna happen, or someone's gonna get mad, something's gonna go wrong. But if I just fight through the resistance and take a leap into having more fun and experiencing more joy, I find that everyone around me actually becomes happier. I end up making more money. I end up getting more ideas for my creative work. I end up creating more from a creative and fun place and moving more towards my dream life. So if my message of telling you you should go have more fun, find ways to have more fun, if hearing that you feel resistance or fear or suspect around it, challenge that, because I think that true fun can be good for you, holistically good and healthy for you, and it can also be good or at least neutral to people around you. And so if all of those things are good and it's coming from an expansive place, what do you have to lose? It's your fear and your programming that's holding you back. So just don't listen to that. Just go and do more fun things, have more fun. I feel like recently all the content that I see is content on how to work harder, make more money, grow your business. All of that is fine. And usually what those videos are saying are to work harder. Or they're like these soft, like self-care videos, like you should do this and this and this for self-care. And I love self-care. I think it's super important, obviously. But I think that like real self-care that feeds you, half of those kinds of self-care actually does still come from a place of discipline. If I'm working out, it's fun afterwards, but like the actual process of self-care sometimes involves a lot of discipline. Ultimately, I'm talking about something else entirely. I'm talking about just pure, unbounded fun. What is fun to you? Pop off, literally, as long as it's not hurting anyone. Like, what is the craziest thing you can think of that's fun and just like makes you want to laugh, makes you want to smile? And a lot of these things doesn't even have to do with money. You can have a lot of fun experiences for free. I'm happy to share more ideas around this, but there are definitely, really economical ways to have fun. You don't have to have fun by spending money. And I think having fun is a skill. And you'll notice that if you start flexing this skill of having fun, it'll seep over to every aspect of your life. I've always been a pretty fun-loving person just naturally, and I've seen it pay off so well for my life in terms of just like happiness or like resilience or career. So I've always just been like naturally someone who likes to have fun while I'm alive. But I noticed that I don't really compartmentalize my fun anymore. Because over the years, I've really like observed and like felt what fun experiences mean to me, I'm able to incorporate that every moment that I'm awake or even in my dreams. So the payoffs to having more fun is something that you can incorporate into every aspect of your life for the rest of your life if you get really smart and kind of like resourceful and aware of what fun looks like to you. So I'm here to tell you, you should start having more fun immediately. There is no harm to having more fun. If you're doing it right, it'll bring you more energy. And I think fun can even be life-saving. It can turn your life around. Because if you think about if you've ever been in a really toxic or bad situation, like let's say it's a relationship or it's like a work situation or just any situation, literally. When you're in the pits of those situations, are you having fun? Like, to put this in a really extreme situation, let's say you're in a hostage situation. Are you having fun? Probably not. I think fun and fear are kind of on opposite ends of the vibrational spectrum. So as you tune into more of the energy of fun and joy, that'll actually naturally lift you away from the energies of fear in your life. And sometimes that leads to catalytic moments. You might lose a job, you might lose people in your life, you might lose things. But if those things were coming from a place of fear, and if they were holding control over you from a place of fear, you're better off without those things in your life. So if you're good at having fun, or once you get better at having fun, you don't have to compartmentalize having fun from the rest of your life. In fact, you should really aim to have fun in every aspect of your life. If you want to be healthier and more fit, how can you have more fun doing that? Basically, what I'm saying is that if you tap into authentic, expansive fun as a compass, it'll lead you away from restrictive or fear-based energies in your life, and that's net good for you, okay? That's net good for you. So Yeah, all of this is to say that you, my dear, you should be having more fun now after you click off this video, today, and for the rest of your life. We should all be focused on having more fun. I really like Jack Ma, and I think he's super visionary, and he also just like, his background is so interesting because he was like an elementary school teacher, right? And then founded Alibaba. I've actually met him in person from a project I was working on in college, but I just think he's so visionary in that despite all his success, he at the heart remains such a grounded and humble person. And I feel like a few years ago, I was watching like interviews with him and Elon Musk, where he was talking about how because of tech and automation, we'll eventually be in a world where people don't have to work anymore or have to work significantly less because of how we're utilizing tools. And so when that time comes, we'll all be having a lot more fun. And then some political things happened to him that I won't talk about in this video, but you know, some parties of control had an issue with this message that he was sharing that I personally think comes from a very expansive and equitable place. Personally, if you've really tapped into genuinely having fun, your definition of fun, not someone else's definition of fun, but your own experience of, oh my God, this is so fun. Like, I'm having the best time ever. Amazing. Amazing. Like, no other words, no other feelings. Amazing. This is fun. If you're able to tap into that and keep tapping into that, just that habit and practice could change your life. It could literally change the trajectory of your life. Of course, there is a time and place to work hard. Completely agree. But can we find a compromise? Okay, because I believe if you're watching this video, you probably are someone who knows how to work hard. Your work ethic and your discipline have probably gotten you to where you are now, but you might be wondering, what's beyond this? What happens if I just keep working hard and more is asked of me and I have to do more and more, manage my time more, I make more money, but I'm saying this, and I'm saying this as someone who actually likes working too. Okay, comment below if you're like me, but I really like working. I only work on things that I genuinely like, and I like working on them. Like, that's great. I work really hard, and I enjoy it. I also love having fun, and I feel like this kind of confuses people because they're like, is she crazy? Is she delulu? Is she unrealistic? But the truth is, I just really resonate with working hard and playing hard, and I've gotten way better at finding work that fulfills me and also play that fulfills me, when maybe a younger version of myself didn't really have a work that fulfilled me, and I didn't really know how to play in ways that fulfilled me either. Okay, that's not true. Actually, I think I just lost touch with how to play in ways that fulfill you. If you need clues on what could be fun to you, just think back to your childhood. I think a lot of clues to our fundamental being we can actually find in our childhood. I'm really good at like diagnosing this for myself because I happen to have journals from when I was like 8 years old and onwards. I chronicled my entire life. So it's really easy for me to trace back on what I enjoyed doing at a younger age. But I'm sure you remember one or two crackhead random like childish things you liked to do. So like tap into that more, expand into that a little bit more. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Like literally go have a fun day. Go out there, have a more fun rest of your day, have a more fun rest of your life, and subscribe to my channel, please, if you like this video. And yeah, I will see you next time.